Alright guys, we are back. And now, let's get into this epilogue and see what these crazy kids are up to. Speaking of kids, are those in our epilogue? Well, when you hear this music, you know it's gonna be good. Let me just move my mic a little closer. There we go. Okay, next patient. Ruzi and I have been busy dealing with patients from the morning for several hours. It was a time when things would begin to wind down. Well, how are you doing, man? How's the fam? I can't believe you're here, that's great.
It's been a while. How are you both doing?
What? I froze in my half-sitting posture, holding a tray. Actually, if we could get the whole friend group and their spouses together for this epilogue, that would be great. I couldn't move at all, as if time itself had stopped. This was completely unexpected. Ruzi's best friend, who was on the mainland. Why are you here? With my eyes widened to their limits, I was even more astonished to see the person who appeared after him. Oh, where's my friends?
How are you guys?
Ball and Elsa!
Hey, this is a pretty nice place. I'm coming in. Sorry to bother you while you're busy. Ah, you've come.
The two entered our house as if no time had passed at all. Were you expecting them, or are you just not surprised? Seeing me still frozen in surprise, Elsa laughed with a satisfied look as if to say, "Gotcha!"
Love that great reaction.
I was pretty surprised.
Look at Ruzi. He hasn't moved at all.
Now that you mention it.
I wish Ruzi had a reaction like hers. His wasn't cute at all. It feels like he's gotten cold since he came here. I've always been cold only to you, Elsa. This special feeling. Yeah, I don't like it one bit. Well, you are pretty noisy, Elsa, so it can't be helped. What? You could at least back me up. Anyway, could you sit down and wait for a bit? Sure. Gotcha.
The conversation between close friends continued, just like the past. Prompted by Ruzi, the two sat on their chairs and, in no time at all, made themselves at home in the house. Maybe I'm the weird one for being so surprised. With their smooth and casual attitudes, I almost had the illusion that this was a completely natural course of events. Perhaps he didn't say anything to me, but did Ruzi know of their visit? I wondered. Puzzled by the atmosphere, which allowed no other explanation, I asked Ruzi. Did Ruzi know you guys were coming here? I speak of my husband in the third person to himself.
Not even a little bit.
What? Then what's with his demeanor? Your demeanor. I don't know why I'm talking about you as if you're like another person outside of yourself right now. What's happening? I'm so surprised.
Oh, that's just Ruzi hiding his embarrassment.
Elsa, who had been relaxing and reading a book, interjected an explanation. I'm trying to picture like going to a friend's house that I haven't seen in a while and they're like, you know, be comfortable. I don't think I could just pick up a book and start reading it. Hiding his embarrassment?
Yeah, when he's too surprised, he plays it off like, oh yeah, that's nothing, I'm not surprised at all. Ruzi is actually a sore loser. I don't know about with you, but he'd never greet us with a big smile and say, hey you guys, welcome, I'm glad you're here. I'd be kinda scared if he did.
As I watched the three of them interact from a distance, I felt a happy, nostalgic feeling.
Doctor, please take a look at me!
Oh, yeah, I'm coming now. So you two can wait in the back. As I tried to guide them carefully, Ruzi raised his hand to stop me.
Elsa, you sit at reception. Ask the patient's symptoms, write them here, then give that to her. Ball, I'd like for you to organize the documents. Got it. We came here to have fun and you're putting us to work. We can talk after the work is finished. You came so suddenly, so it's only natural to help out, right? Yeah. Ruzi's tough as ever.
Even mumbling, Elsa seems to be enjoying himself. I was gonna say, judging by Ball's reaction, this is not unusual. He's probably happy to be reunited with Ruzi. Well, I would be happy if my girlfriends were here. I mean, okay, they probably got, like, very, very young newborns, so traveling overseas to visit is probably not practical at this stage, but I'm still sad. Ball is already silently moving his hands. His expression was quiet, but he seemed to be in a good mood. I turned around away from everyone and held down my cheeks, which naturally wanted to smile. I feel like I'm back in Nasla. If Shalu and Solana were here, that'd be perfect. That's no good. I have to finish my work as well. The two of them are kindly sharing my responsibilities. I want to finish early and have a long time to talk with them. That would make Ruzi happy too. Perhaps because I moved my hands desperately, I was able to finish my work in the morning earlier than usual. I told the patients that we would be closed in the afternoon, so that info would be passed on to the other islanders.
Thanks for your help. Elsa can be useful sometimes too. How awful. We're meeting for the first time in a while and I'm still treated this way. Maybe you actually hate me? Yeah. Wow, such a quick answer really cuts deep. I'm kidding, I love you. That seems dishonest. It's true. This is an expression of affection. In that case, be as kind to me as you are to her. That's impossible.
Childhood friends are nice. No matter how long you have stayed away, if you meet, you can talk as closely as you used to. As I watched the three of them, I began to miss Shalu and Solana. But as they both have nursing babies, they can't really make a long trip. Yeah, you and me came to the same conclusions. Like, the timing, though. As I looked down out of sadness, Elsa noticed immediately and looked concerned. I don't want to sound rude, but Elsa is more attentive than one would expect.
Is something wrong?
I was just wondering how Shalu and Solana are doing.
Shalu's doing well enough to kick my ass. And hey, listen. The other day, she really did kick my ass. But you like that, so where's the problem? I'm not into that. Don't look at me like that. I don't have such strange tastes. Apart from Elsa's special tastes, Solana is about the same.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, have we confirmed my quirks? I'm sorry I couldn't bring her. Solana also wanted to see you.
Yeah, I wanted to see her too. But as long as we're alive, I'm sure I'll see them someday, so I'm looking forward to then. Now... I felt a strong gaze upon my cheeks and looked at Ruzi next to me. Yeah, girl, you know how you were worried about, like, taking his life away? Probably vice versa is happening right now. And he's like, I took her away from her friends. If we were still in Nasla, she could, you know, be Auntie Naala to Solana and Shalu's kids and stuff. It'll be fine. We gotta have a little bit of conflict in this epilogue. Maybe it was just my imagination, but Ruzi just smiled and listened to their conversation. So, Ruzi, isn't there anything you want to ask them?
Nothing in particular. Hey, try to have at least a little interest in us. Now I'm only interested in her. Ruzi really doesn't waver. Yeah, he only had eyes for her from the beginning.
Suddenly, the point of the conversation changed, and I panicked. When it came to our love story, I became strangely shy, turning my blushing face towards Ruzi. That can't be. Right, Ruzi?
Well, thinking about it now, you were definitely the only woman I was interested in from the beginning.
His serious reply slightly flustered me. I felt increasingly restless, as if being confessed to after a great amount of time had passed.
It was the same for you two, right? Of course, I've always been all about Shalu. Yeah, me too.
That's good. If Shalu and Solana are loved by these two, then I'm sure they are living happily. As they're my precious best friends, I wish for their happiness even though we're apart. Sometimes I'd look up at the sky and be worried that they might be having a rough time, but observing these two has given me peace of mind. Ibly. You're not staying.
I'd love to, but my kids cry a lot at night, so I thought it'd be tough on Shalu if I stayed.
Okay, so we're not that far away. I thought we, went on a boat across the sea, but it must be, a very close island off the shore of Nasla. If they're we're just gonna take the ferry back. It's not really that far, so it's evening, the sun is set, and he's like, I gotta get back, put the kids to bed, He also said kids, plural. How many kids have you had? What's happening? How many years have passed? I've lost the plot.
We'll stay when we come here as a foursome.
You have 2 kids? Did you have twins, or has more time passed?
The merchant told us that if we leave tonight, we can be back on the mainland in 3 days.
Okay, no, we're actually... So you can't even get back to help with nighttime anyway. Why don't you just go in the morning, huh? I guess because if you leave tonight, then you're back in 3 days. You probably have to go when the boats come, because there's probably not just a constant flow of boats going back and forth. Okay, I'm talking in circles. I'm trying to rationalize. But if you did this, anyway, whatever. It is what it is. I see. Ruzi seems to be having fun, so I would have loved for them to stay. But Shalu and Solana would be worried about them, so it would be bad to keep them here.
Both of you, take care on the way home. Yeah. Ruzi, you take care of your health.
Lively until the very end, we saw them off from our door until they vanished into the distance. I told them we'd accompany them to the dock, but they refused due to it being late. Maybe there's a different reason. Just before Elsa turned around, I thought I saw tears in his eyes. Aw, big softy. Maybe they turned down our offer because it would be too sad to say goodbye there. Speaking of which, Shalu also likes that about him. Aww. As they disappeared over the sandy beach, the usual tranquility returned to our house. They're gone.
Yeah.
We can hear the sound of the waves and the sound of the wind. This should have been the usual scenery, our usual daily life. However, the silence hurts my ears and suddenly makes me lonely. I tried hard to be cheerful so that Ruzi wouldn't notice that I felt that way. We didn't see any patients this afternoon, so we'll be busy again tomorrow.
Yeah.
He replied in a voice gloomier than expected. Ruzi was staring into the distance, tracing the footsteps of the two. Ruzi? Somehow I felt uneasy and called Ruzi's name. Ruzi slowly looked at me with a lonely smile on his face. I wonder if he's sad because Elsa and Ball are gone. But that's not the whole story, it seems. What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing.
The talk was cut short, leaving me unsatisfied. However, I couldn't ask him any more because Ruzi's voice, as he turned his back, had regained its usual brightness. The next evening, after the examination, I was cleaning up and I was puzzled over an unfamiliar sight. Ruzi was doing nothing, just standing in front of the medicine rack. That's rare. His gentle personality sometimes invites misunderstandings, but Ruzi's work is surprisingly fast. He looks like he's speaking slowly, but before I know it, he's done dispensing a prescription. He makes no mistakes because he has a complete idea of where and what is stored, and which and what should be mixed to obtain the desired medicine. There is also a surprisingly rationalistic aspect about him. Ruzi has never stood absently in front of the medicine rack. Are you worried about developing new drugs? Somehow I felt like I shouldn't talk to him, so I glanced his way while cleaning up. Then I noticed his absent-minded glare was stuck on a certain point. It's difficult to keep looking at one point, no matter how absent-minded you may be. Focusing on something for a long time without blinking means that you're consciously staring at it. What's in that jar? I thought I'd leave him be, but I was curious, so I ended up asking him. Ruzi didn't look back and spoke lightly.
It's poison.
Poison? I frowned at the disturbing sound and stood next to Ruzi. The small jar at the top of the medicine rack was tightly covered. Why is Ruzi staring at such a thing? Thinking it odd, I was about to ask about it, but I heard a bitter laugh first.
Rather than saying poison, let's just say it has side effects.
So then what kind of medicine is it?
It's for the rot.
The rot?
Yes. I brought a failed sample thinking I'd use it for research. This is medicine for the rot, but since it's not complete, taking it causes mild memory loss.
Don't you even think about it. Don't you even give a thought to it. I will be very angry with you. Naala's already been through several bad ends where she's had her memory taken away, so let's not do that.
Continuing to take it will cause severe memory loss, and you'll wake up forgetting everything.
There was none of his usual warmth in his voice as he explained in a matter-of-fact way. The sound of his expressionless voice made me feel uneasy gradually. My beloved husband is next to me, and we should be able to understand each other in our hearts, but now I can't read Ruzi's thoughts. Wanting him to return to his usual self, I asked him, pulling on the hem of his clothes. So, what's wrong with that? I could see myself in Ruzi's eyes as he smiled. At that moment, my shoulders trembled. That beautiful smile of his felt as unfamiliar as his voice. Intuitively, I somehow realize Ruzi is trying to express emotions that he has never directed at me until now.
Actually, Lord Toya taught me how to compound this.
Why am I not surprised? Really?
Yeah. We were researching together late at night, and he showed me that if mixed in a certain proportion, the medicine would become poisonous. Lord Toya is well versed in poisons, so he taught me various things.
Well, if it's a medicine with such memories, you can't throw it away. Perhaps I felt compelled to find some reason. My voice that came into my ears sounded unnaturally bright, and I felt more frustrated. Yeah, let's have dinner now? I wanted to be seated at our usual fun dining table as soon as possible. Perhaps sensing my wish, Ruzi laughed softly and touched my cheek. He traced my cheekbones with his fingertips and eventually wrapped my face with his entire palm. I was just about to let myself get carried away by the gentle sensation when I opened my eyes to the sound of his voice that was just as gentle, yet cold.
There was darkness in Lord Toya.
Huh? Toya? The topic changed suddenly, and I tilted my face with one cheek still being held by his palm. Ruzi used his other palm to steady my face. It's not by force, but I couldn't move due to a strange, tense feeling.
I think it was his intention to hide it. But I knew. I knew because I'd been observing him all that time. But recently, I've realized that was a mistake. I knew it because I had madness in me too. That's why I felt Lord Toya's darkness.
Ruzi? I felt that the air was getting even heavier. Ruzi's gaze, even his breath gave the illusion of binding me, so my voice trembled slightly as I called his name. As his beautiful lips, which I should be familiar with, approached me, my heart beat fast as if I was afraid.
I wish I were the only one you remembered. And I could have you all to myself, even having brought you to this remote island.
Sheesh, man. There's so many unhealthy guys in Nasla. So many. I mean, sheesh, if being on a remote island is not enough. Just like, why do you have to have attachments to other people? It should just be me. Oh, Ruzi. At least he, like, came to the conclusion, like, he had the realization, oh, I'm actually kind of similar to Toya and having these feelings. It's good that he's at least expressing it to Naala, not just festering inside. Oh, but that's scary stuff, man. Naala, help him out. His speaking lips slowly overlapped with mine. He gently consumed me, slightly opening my lips, and his hot tongue that came through the gap pushed upwards. Just please promise me you don't have any of that medicine in your mouth, because I'm not about that. That's happened in too many games, and I don't want that again. With him holding the back of my neck, I was devoured deeply. What is it? After a little suffocation, my lips were finally released. Our foreheads touching together, Ruzi sighed as if expelling something unpleasant from his chest.
Sorry. I was just joking. I'm hungry too, so let's eat.
No, Ruzi, you were communicating some scary things. Let her sit with it and reassure you. Healthy relationships can exist. Please. Don't fester on this. Ruzi turned around, abruptly changing the mood. There was nothing suspicious about the situation. It seemed to be as usual. Maybe it's the same as yesterday? I remembered having a weird feeling in my chest. It's interesting, though. I started this thinking, like, oh, he's gonna, like, we're gonna have a reversal, and he's gonna feel bad about her losing her life the way she was with him at the end of the route. But no. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm a yandere also, by the way. And this is not isolated enough. That's why I was giving you the weird looks. Like, okay, we're just gonna take a bit of a different turn here. Gotcha. I remembered having a weird feeling in my chest. Last night, I thought there was something strange with Ruzi. I felt like he was deceiving me about something. Hey, Ruzi. Are you worried about something?
Yeah, I am.
What are you worried about? It might help to talk about it if you don't mind talking to me. Ruzi put his fingertips to my lips as if trying to stuff my words back inside. While he lightly stroked me with his index finger to seal my voice, Ruzi's lips came close to me again. I prepared myself for his kiss again, but he stopped at a distance where we just couldn't touch each other. Ruzi's sigh hung on my impatient lips.
How should I eat the sweet dew at the end of tonight?
Sweet? I'm shaken at the sensuality of the implicit suggestion. Looking down from embarrassment, I made a slight noise and pursed my lips. Ruzi headed to the kitchen, laughing at me, flustering more and more. You can't fool me with this anymore.
But I mean it.
His words were neither quite true nor a lie. That night, Ruzi really was like a researcher. Wink wink, if you know what I mean. He's not back yet. The next morning, Ruzi headed out with a cheerfulness that didn't have even an iota of his fatigue from the night before. He said that he was going out to pick up some rare herbs and would be back in the afternoon. Therefore, there's a wooden tag leaning on the front door to indicate that we're closed from the morning. It's almost noon. I distracted myself by cleaning up the house and organizing our tools. However, since Ruzi, who is well organized, does not neglect to keep things tidy, I finished this soon and had nothing else to do. Unable to wait, I went back and forth between the entrance and the center of the room. Maybe I should go out and meet him. He might be having a hard time carrying a lot of herbs. Creating a reason to go, I prepared myself quickly. Maybe I had nothing to worry about, but I sort of felt like Ruzi might have been hiding something. If he is worried about something, I'd like to help. Last night, Ruzi was kind as always. However, I couldn't shake off the thorns in the back of my chest. All right. I made a fist and prepared myself, and left with tremendous vigor. Wow. What in the R life? Ah. This is an island you can circumnavigate in a day. All the islanders know each other, and the places you can go are limited. So it didn't take long to find the person I was looking for. Ruzi was standing in the center of the flower field, with his back turned and looking up at the clear blue sky, like an anime protagonist in an opening. I wonder what he's doing. The pure white flowers exposed to the strong daytime light even seemed to emit light by themselves. Perhaps because I was standing in such a place, the figure of Ruzi also looked white and hazy, and I was a little worried. Ruzi? I took a step while calling out to him. Although his shoulders shook slightly, Ruzi kept his back turned. I felt sad, as that felt like a refusal. Stepping closer to his silent back, I spoke as if making a request. Hey, if you're worried about something, why not talk about it? I might not be able to do anything, but if there's anything I can do...
You've already done so much for me, so there's nothing further you need to do.
With his casual dismissal, I swallowed the rest of my proposal. What he said was like a refusal, and I felt desperate and hopeless. Why is he suddenly saying things to push me away? I was moved to tears in a hopeless mood and heard a trembling breath mixed with the sound of the wind. Ruzi, are you crying? When I asked, Ruzi hung his head down. His teardrops falling like beads wetted the white petals and shined like small jewels.
I really am terrible.
Did you come here because you didn't want to be seen crying?
It's because no one usually comes here.
It's terrible to cry alone. I said it poutingly, and Ruzi seemed to laugh only with his breath.
I thought if I showed myself crying anymore, you'd hate me for my weakness. I think I'm fragile when it comes to you.
I know. I don't think you're weak, but it's not like I fell in love with a strong man. I love you because you think about me so hard that it makes you cry. The wind blew and filled the momentary silence. Ruzi muttered in a small voice that seemed to be drowned by the sound.
I think too much, and I was about to hurt you.
What were you thinking?
I was really happy when Elsa and Ball came. But listening to the stories of these precious people, I started to get worried that maybe you wanted to go back home.
I'm your wife. I won't go where you aren't.
I knew you would say that. I knew. I just can't help thinking about it. I guess I couldn't forgive even the slightest possibility that you might go home. That's why everything I said at the time, it's true. If you didn't remember anything other than me, then you wouldn't be able to go off somewhere. I was touching you all night thinking about that. It's so narrow-minded, ugly, and dirty. I don't deserve to touch you with this kind of heart, but I still just want to hug you whenever I see you. I really am the worst.
Ruzi's fist turned white from squeezing it too tightly. His passionate shoulders trembled, sometimes stiffening as if choking. I walked up to his back, watching the falling drops. If that's what you want to do it.
What?
Ruzi, who had been standing with his head hanging for a while, turned around with his eyes wide open. I smiled at the relief that we were finally standing face to face. You said you received a lot from me, but it's the same for me. If I hadn't met you, I'd have gone through life never knowing I could love someone so much. I've already had the happiness of a lifetime. Even if I'm robbed of the future, I won't resent you. To think that I'm binding you like this, I might be crazy. I wiped Ruzi's wet cheeks with my palm. After removing all of the teardrops, this time I took both his cheeks into my palms. Hey, Ruzi. I love you no matter what you are. So stay with me. Ruzi, biting his lip, hugged me strongly in the next moment. As his entire body shook, he spoke as if he could no longer stand it. We actually have tiered Ruzi sprites. Wow.
Actually, I love the past that has shaped you, so I couldn't forgive myself for wanting to take that away.
Yeah, I know. You always listen to my stories from the past so happily. Even if your feelings of wanting to erase my past are genuine, your kindness and affection is not fake. But from now on, talk to me, yeah? No crying by yourself. It makes me sad.
I'm sorry.
What are you going to do with that medicine?
I'll throw it away. I remember how to make it. But I don't need it right now.
Oh, that's reassuring. Yay.
From now on, I'll talk to you immediately when I'm worried.
Yeah, please.
Then, can I ask you one thing?
Yeah, what is it?
I've come here every day and ended up learning to make this. Could you try it on?
Is it a flower wreath? Yay! Flower wreath, let's go! I love a good daisy chain. Adorable. That's good. That is a very pretty CG. Even though we talked about a dark subject, at least they communicated. I'm not reassured by the fact that he's like, yeah, I'm gonna throw it away. It doesn't really matter because I know how to remake it if need be, but for now, I don't need it. Like, okay. Well, Naala, you got a project, and you seem happy with it, so Godspeed, ma'am.
Here you are.
What? Did you really make this?
Yeah. I wished I could bind you with something. Thinking that, I was just messing around and ended up making this.
Ah, it was meant to bind, and now it just softly lays against my throat. Hooray. The way she narrows her eyes like, are you telling me about a kink right now? Because we could communicate. We could have a dialogue about this. Just saying.
Ruzi, are you into that kind of thing?
No, I only like the normal stuff. I just thought that I wanted to bind you.
Looks like I'll be tied up in the near future.
She said calmly to herself. Well, hey, look, they're talking about it. If they both are consenting to it, it's fine. You guys, you do you. You do you.
You don't like it?
Why ask when you already know the answer?
I want to hear it from you. I'm timid. It takes courage for me to even kiss you like this.
Ruzi's kiss is even softer than the flowers. I was so happy at the show of affection that I almost cried.
Continue to stay by my side.
I closed my eyes as an answer. I got drunk with the sweetness of our overlapping lips and tasted the remnants of tears.
I love all of you, past and future.
Especially if there's binding involved in the future. Hey! Finger guns. Alright, well, that was an interesting epilogue, to be sure. Because I was curious how they were gonna do it with just the two of them there and no other characters. But they had a little bit of a visit to kind of set the scene, and then a little conflict thing. Communication was good. Oh, these crazy kids. Alright, well, that is Ruzi's epilogue. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, we got that little hint at his personality, so I think we can have somewhat of an idea what the bad ending's gonna be. I'll be doing that next. Hopefully I'll see you over there, guys. Thanks again for joining me. Until next time, I will see you later.